I always thought I had everything figured out. Growing up as an only child, I never knew what it felt like to have someone who shared my exact face, my quirks, or my soul. Then, one phone call changed everything. I found out I had a twin sister, someone who had been out there, living her life, just waiting for me to find her. But little did I know, the truth about my sister's life would unravel in ways I never could have imagined. My name is Alex. Growing up, I never really understood what people meant when they said, family is everything. I was an only child, and while I had loving parents, there was always something missing. I watched my friends with their siblings, sometimes laughing, sometimes arguing, but always having that person who was their constant companion. Meanwhile, I felt like there was a piece of me I couldn't quite find. Then, one day, my life changed in an instant. I found out I had a twin sister, someone I never knew existed until that phone call. Separated at birth, we had been living parallel lives for over 20 years, each unaware of the other's existence. The news came as a shock, but also as a deep, inexplicable pull, a yearning to meet her and finally feel complete. As the days passed after that revelation, I was overwhelmed with excitement and anticipation. Would she look like me? Would we have the same laugh? What would our first conversation be like? I scrolled through photos and memories, imagining what it would be like to meet her. The thought of having someone who shared my past, my blood, was overwhelming in the best way. Finally, the day came. The moment I saw her for the first time, I knew she was standing there, a mirror image of myself, yet so distinctly her own. Her smile was the same, her eyes sparkled with the same curiosity I had, and it was like meeting someone I had known my whole life, despite the fact that we were strangers. We laughed and cried, sharing stories from our childhoods, finding uncanny similarities in our likes and dislikes. We both loved hiking, both had a deep fascination with old films, and even our sense of humor was strangely aligned. It was everything I had hoped for, and more. We talked about the time we had lost, the moments we had never shared. Plans were made, lots of plans to spend time together, to get to know each other and make up for all the lost years. For a brief moment, life felt perfect. But as the days passed, I started to notice little things that didn't add up. At first, it was small, an offhand comment here, a vague answer there. She would change the subject whenever I asked about her childhood, her friends, her work. But it wasn't just that. Her phone, she was always glued to it. But when I tried to get a peek, she would quickly hide it, as if she was protecting some deep secret. I pushed it aside at first, chalking it up to the awkwardness of reconnecting after so many years. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that something was wrong. I started feeling a sense of unease whenever I was around her. Her laughter seemed a little too forced. Her eyes darted away whenever I got too close to certain topics. I knew something wasn't right. The sister I thought I knew, the one I'd imagined in my mind for so long, was slipping away into a mystery I couldn't solve. The truth hit me like a freight train one evening. I had been at her apartment, helping her organize some old boxes, when I came across a stack of letters hidden deep inside a drawer. They weren't just any letters. They were legal documents, letters that revealed a secret life my sister had been hiding, a different name, a different identity, and a series of events that painted a much darker picture than I ever imagined. My twin sister wasn't just living a double life, she was running from something dangerous, and I had no idea how to handle it. The betrayal I felt was sharp and painful. How could she hide this from me? From the person who had just found her again? I confronted her that night, shaking with anger and hurt, her eyes filled with guilt as she admitted everything. She had been living under a false identity, running from a past that involved people who would stop at nothing to find her. Her life had been a constant game of hiding, changing cities, and lying to protect herself. I didn't know what to say. I was angry, I was hurt, but as I looked into her eyes, I realized one thing. This was my sister, the same person I had just met, the one I had connected with, and the one who had been through hell just to survive. I made a choice that night, to stand by her, to offer my support, and to help her face the consequences of her past. It wasn't easy, and the road ahead was unclear, but one thing was certain, our bond had just been forged in fire. The truth might have torn us apart, but it also brought us closer, and together, we would figure out what came next.